This is a bit of an introduction video to my latest project, and I think this one's a keeper. It's a 2000 Porsche Boxster S, 75,000 miles it's done now. Some serious paint issues on the front end. It's been really badly painted at some stage in the past, just at the front end. No real sign of any significant accident damage, but it had some paint across the bonnet, the bumper, and blended into the wings, which was dreadful. I had a look at it. Flat battery, it jump started okay, was fine, ran, sounded good even though it had been sitting for a long time. So I checked all the fluids before starting it up. Shame I didn't do a video at that time, but I was a bit sceptical about whether I was going to buy it. I didn't even bring a trailer with me at the time when I looked at it. The story with it was it had been sat for 3 years. It had its last MOT test in the UK in 2018. I'd only done a couple of hundred miles since then. It passed the MOT but had lots of advisories on it, a list of 13, which was quite worrying to begin with. Obviously I had concerns after researching about the IMS bearing issue, and that being another up to £2,000 job. Got it home, the big issue was how good or bad is the IMS bearing. So did oil and filter change, went through in detail the folds in the oil filter, expecting to try and trace some metal and plastic from the chain guides. And I'll show a clip of that. I've taken the old filter off. The oil's pretty clean, but it's you probably can't see it, but it's absolutely spotless in between. Not a fragment of metal or anything at all. No plastic, no nothing. So I think it's either had a new IMS bearing or there's no problem with it at all. So again, good news. I expected to have to get that done, but that's something I'm happy to use the car now, continue to monitor that. With the fresh, good quality oil I've put in it, I'm going to drive it for about 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles. I'll change the oil again and then re-inspect it. The brakes were incredibly badly corroded, and that had been advised on the past 2 MOTs, but it was a particular problem. I was quite surprised when I looked at it, the car actually rolled, the brake calipers hadn't seized, but I kind of thought I was going to have to rebuild the calipers. As it turned out, I didn't. I gave those a good going over. Pistons moved back easily, were free, so I just gave those a clean up when I changed the brake pads. I was going to take the discs to get them skimmed. I used the car with initially with the old pads and just use those to clean them up a bit, and then I'll put some new pads on, and they've actually cleaned the discs up inside and out without the need to get them skimmed, which was good, because the discs themselves obviously aren't very old. From the previous MOT, it needed the anti-roll bar bushes at the front replaced. I replaced the front and the rear. The wheels on it were okay, as I said. I researched because I needed to get new tyres. Looking at budgeting about £300 for a pair of rear tyres anyway. You know, plus the ones I got to get through the MOT weren't the greatest tyres for the front. So I looked around. I managed to find a set of refurbished 986S wheels with really good Avon tyres all round. And brand new, really important, brand new centre caps, Porsche centre caps, and all in I managed to get those for £300. So for the cost I would have paid for 2 tyres for the rear, I've got a complete new refurbished set of wheels with brand new centre caps. Really happy with the car so far. I had issues with the electrics, and I'll put a link up above to the video I've done about that. Watch that if you have any bizarre electrical issues with your Boxster. All of mine came back to the ignition switch. I tried fault finding, looked at all sorts of tips around, kept pairing keys because my remote central locking didn't work. On the air conditioner, I need to get that regassed. There's no indication there's a leak, it's still got some pressure in it. There's been an annoying squeak, which seems to be from the front right hand corner. I've looked at all sorts of issues because I'm putting it away for the winter pretty much now. I didn't want to start replacing the coffin arms, the lower arms just yet, even though they're not that expensive. What they are, about £80–90 each. I replaced the anti-roll bar drop link, which was incredibly worn on the driver's side. Kind of more difficult than I was expecting. The bolt that goes through the end, the shock, is a long bolt that goes through a sleeve. That was just seized in place, where the steel bolt and the alloy sleeve were just bonded together completely. I use a lot of PB Blaster, a lot of WD-40, just working it backwards forwards. I ended up cutting off the ball at the end of the link, just so I could get a socket onto the section that's built in with for a spanner to stop rotation. I could get a socket on that, and that meant I could just gradually work it backwards forwards. Eventually freed it up, but that took a lot of work and effort. So I haven't actually done the other side yet, because I just wanted to see if that cured the squeaking. But clearly I'm going to have to, when the weather improves, get that drop link done the other side as well, and also replace the front coffin arms, because the rubber bushes are pretty worn. So I think that's probably, the squeak has improved, but there's still a bit of it there. So I just need to work on that. The other issue I had with it when I first got it was a little bit flat low down. So I went through, I changed the air filter in it. The other one was pretty clean. I took out, with it being city, I took out the MAF sensor. It's got horrendous torque security bolts holding it in, which one of which was stripped and was a nightmare to get out. So I've replaced those with conventional headed, Allen headed stainless bolts. But I gave that just a good clean with MAF sensor cleaner, and it's just transformed the performance and the certainly low down pull from the car. You know, the throttle response is just fantastic. Yes, you can, if you're lucky, get a cheap Porsche. However, I'm conscious that this wouldn't have been a cheap Porsche had I needed to get the IMS bearing done as well as the roof. So clearly I needed to get the roof replaced. Carhood Warehouse were fantastic. Went there, booked in, got a blue mohair roof from them with the glass window upgrade. So I've now got a rear glass window rather than the milky plastic window that was on the car. Fully fitted, 800 and something pounds. Really fantastic service. I highly recommend them. They're excellent. So I had a bit of a dilemma with the paint issues. The bonnet paint lacquer peeling was dreadful, the finish was dreadful, and to be honest, to repaint it would have meant taking it back to bare metal, I would have thought. I managed to find a bonnet, same paint code, in really good condition, as you see from the pictures, for £100 on eBay. So I snapped that up. It fits. The paint colour doesn't quite match. There's two different zenith blue metallics. It's shown as the same code, but it's not quite a match. But I think there's going to be some blending required. The driver's side wing was also dreadful. I've managed to find a wing for the driver's side, and a wing mirror which had been blended back and again was peeling badly. Found those again on eBay, weren't too expensive, so I decided I might as well just swap those over rather than repainting that, as it's the worst wing. What a nightmare job swapping the wing was, so I wish I'd just left the other one on and got it painted, but that's done now, so that's now a decent match to the rest of the car. Other than that, the car's been a dream and continues to be a dream. Incredibly good fun, great to take out for a spin. I kind of got it thinking I might use it as a track day car. I'm a bit reluctant to go and rag it around a track because I actually love driving it, so I don't want to wreck it, but then again, that's what these things are designed for. They're designed to go around the track. So watch this space. May end up taking it on a track day or two. I may end up getting some sort of track day tyres for the spare wheels rather than ruining these ones, and I'll certainly continue to update the car, get the paintwork done, and bring it hopefully back to where it should be, both in looks and as well as performance. And now the car's kind of a proper rolling project, and is loads and loads of fun. Will eventually get an IMS replacement fitted. Which one to go for, whether I go for the IMS solution oil feed or whether I go for just an upgraded sort of conventional bearing, not sure at the moment. I'm going to carry on doing some more projects with this car as I go, so it's really a case of if there's anything, if you watch this video, there's anything you would like to see me do with it, let me know. I'll do my best if I've come across those jobs to do a video on them. I've got into the middle of a filming session for some other Porsches, so I'm between two Porsches now with a camera car in front, so I think I'll just probably ruin their shot.